And as you have evolved in your, work life, you would find situations when your individual purpose would not have, would have been misalignment with the organizational purpose where you were working.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You had scenarios, and would you mind sharing
Sure.
the challenges?
Yeah, I think so. I worked for 10 years at Department of Corrective Services, which was which is where I really got exposed to the prison population and understood, we have so much more in common with each other than difference. And a lot of people, they're, a fortnight away from a paycheck, meaning they're homeless, or there are mental health issues, family and domestic violence issues. So I felt very aligned with that as I got more exposed to it, thinking it's a social justice issue that needs to be amended or addressed. I think the changes in corrective services meant not so much that I didn't feel aligned with the purpose of rehabilitation and reintegration. It was just how it was done.
Yeah.
So you can agree with the goals of the organisation, but you can change who you work with or what projects you work on. So where, particularly in corrective services, the pendulum does swing from rehabilitation and reintegration through to custody and containment and backwards and forwards. So depending on the political flavour of the day, or depending if there's something in the news or if there's been an escape from a prison or something, it tends to go right back to punitive. When people are feeling good, it's more supportive. So it's that, where on the pendulum is the environment. So I do not feel comfortable with more punitive regimes or approaches, and are much more aligned with approaches that are about supporting someone to get on with life rather than punishing them for something that's gone wrong.
Is that similar value systems across prison systems in Australia, across states?
It really varies from prison to prison and state to state. A lot of it will depend on the politics of of which party is in power, how sort of liberal or social justice focused they are. It does depend on the actual minister in charge as well. So as an example, when I was working at Corrective Services, there was one particular minister who was very bold, very focused on setting up possibly one of the world's most innovative prisons for women, which was a pre-release centre. Totally focused on rehabilitation, reintegration, education, training, getting back out there, asserting independence and freedom for women. But that took that minister, that was quite a bold move. And prisons aren't a vote winner, and many people are like, bread and water, throw away the key, they deserve it. It was quite the bold move to stand up and create something like this. So that was unique.
Yeah.
Being with that, felt thoroughly aligned with that. But at a different prison, different set of circumstances, different minister, different prison superintendents, it's a whole different world. And suddenly you feel very adrift from the purpose.